Good morning guys, welcome to Karen's Corner. We are in the UK at the moment in a cute little town called Blueberry, and it's about half an hour from Oxford. So today we're gonna go to Oxford and we're gonna do an Alice in Wonderland walking tour. Actually it's Alice in Wonderland and Harry Potter, so it doesn't get any better. So I dressed up for the occasion. I've got a John Tenniel Alice in Wonderland, well, can you see it? It is coloured in a bit differently, but I really like it. And I've got a Alice in Wonderland Disney pin, and I even have got Alice in Wonderland socks. I mean, but I did forget my Alice earrings, so that's a shame. But oh well, we're gonna go to Oxford and we're gonna park at the Park and Rail and then hope we can get in the bus with a wheelchair. Although the lovely lady that rents the cottage, she called the bus company and they said it would be okay, so I think it'll be okay. And then we're gonna do the tour, and well, when I booked the tour they weren't very pleased that I was in a wheelchair. Well, neither am I. But yeah, they said it's not really for me because it was 1.5 miles, but that's okay. I sit in a wheelchair and my husband pushes me. He can go real fast. There were cobblestones. I said, okay, little massage. Or I'll just get out of my chair and walk that little bit. I'm a bit shaky. And also, of course, steps. Now, just a few steps is no problem. I just step out of the wheelchair and go up the steps, and my husband brings the wheelchair upstairs. No problem. But there's also one with 20 steps. So that's a bit much for the wheelchair to take upstairs. But there is an elevator. Only the problem is it takes maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and that's too long. So I keep up the group. I slow them down. And then they might not get into the, well, place we want to get into. And then I think, well, then just make sure that the tour is wheelchair accessible for people who need to use the elevator and make it 2 minutes longer. We'll see. So it took a lot of emailing back and forth with people who organized this tour, and at first they said, no, it's not suitable for you. And actually it felt like they didn't want me. I felt a bit discriminated. But after a while I explained I can get out of my chair. You just see me as an able don't like that word, an able person. And that I can get out of my chair and I can walk and I can up steps and stuff. It's just that when we have to walk too long or when I have to stand still too long, I need my wheelchair. It's that simple. So if you can't get out of your wheelchair, this tour is really not accessible for you. Which I think it's insane, guys. Come on, just make it 10 minutes longer. It's a 2-hour tour. Skip maybe one part and make the tour 10 minutes longer, or make it just 10 minutes longer so people that are in a wheelchair or aren't that good, that walk a bit more difficultly, how do you say that? Well, in Dutch I know the saying, but people with a bit more trouble of keeping up with a group, that they have a chance to. I mean, so I don't feel really right. I've been nervous all morning about this. Will this go well? Will there be too many steps? Can I leave my wheelchair somewhere? Can I take the elevator without coming upstairs and not be able to go into the room we want to go in? It's really making me nervous, and it shouldn't. So I'm just gonna let go of it and we'll see. First we have to tackle the bus. Yay! Okay, so those are wheelchair problems, and probably they're not problems at all. It's just that I make them a problem, and so did they. But oh well, it's gonna be fine. Another thing is, it might rain all day. Yes. But we'll find out. So we're taking our warm coats, and Jan is checking if we have raincoats in the car. We're taking umbrellas, so we should be fine. And let's go and just have some fun. And of course, do some Alice shopping. Okay, let's go. Hi darling. I can see myself. So we got out of the bus. We went by bus, park and ride, and we got out of the bus and there was a Pizza Hut. So that was not a difficult choice to make. So now we're sharing a pizza. Bon appetit!
Thank you, yeah.
The guys were waiting for the tour to start and it started raining very hard. So I had this on my lap. Plastic bag, otherwise you get soaked. I think it's dry. We'll leave in a few minutes, so fingers crossed that it's gonna be dry. So we're on our way, guys. It's dry. It really is dry. So our guide asked us to use some wizardly magic to make it dry, and we did, and it's dry because this is a Harry Potter and an Alice tour. So lots of magic.
Back to Harry Potter very briefly. I'm going to show you two, which I think you will understand why I'm showing them to you later. Above the door, in the two corners, on your left, in that corner, there is a group of faces, lots of little heads, and they are girls, and they're sweet, and they're nice, and they're kind and cooperative. In the opposite corner, on the right-hand side as you're looking at, there's some more little faces, and they're boys. They're horrible.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're kind of pulling funny faces, and they're being mean and nasty and horrible. And that will mean something to you a little bit later.
So these guys are Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Wonderland,
They're rather new.
But on the far left is the dodo.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the dodo.
The dodo? That extinct bird that we have one of in our natural history museum. Stone engravings, which are called bosses, and each one of them has got coat
So this is where they film Harry Potter, the infirmary. Look at the windows for a second. Just look at them. So those are these windows. Actually, it's that one, but I can't film there right now. There's a group of people standing there. So this is where Harry Potter, the infirmary scene was filmed, and also the ball scene. What was it called? Where the boys and girls learned to dance. Really nice. Girls were sitting over here. And you had that background, and the boys were sitting over there. Fun, right?
So the bridge didn't feature in Harry Potter, although we know some very important bridges that did. We call this the Bridge of Sighs, although it doesn't look anything like the real Bridge of Sighs in Venice. But I've brought you here just for a glimpse of a tree that's called a holm oak, H-O-L-M, oak, which means it's an evergreen oak. And you can you see the building the roof directly in front of us, the big tree behind it with the dark green leaves. That's a holm oak, and that is the tree that Draco Malfoy is sitting in when he had that contretemps with Harry Potter and somebody
punched him.
No. He got turned into a
white
ferret. He got turned into a white ferret by Mad-Eye Moody turned him into a ferret. I don't think it's comfortable at the moment. But we all enjoyed that bit rather, didn't we? Just to let you know, just in case you were worried, they had 3 live ferrets and 1 puppet to film that 3-minute scene, and they had a vet on hand all the time, just in case you worried about the animals. Now my guess is that they used the puppet for when I was doing that to him, and when he got shoved down Crab's trousers. I would like to think that they used a puppet for that bit. Yeah.
I think I'll just get out of my wheelchair for this part.
I think you might prefer to do that.
Yeah, or
I have you can get the whole way round. I know.
But this is a really nice massage.
Yeah, I know.
But it's enough. It's enough.
This is the Radcliffe Camera, the most famous building, or the most famous site in Oxford. So again, you can't really leave without saying, yes, I've seen the Radcliffe Camera. Camera means room in Latin. And he designed various buildings for us and St Paul's Cathedral in London, and he gave that college that sundial. Anybody remember or can imagine who it is in Wonderland? two little eyes at the top. Can you all see it? Can you see the two little eyes? And a great big smile.
Cheshire.
And it's the Cheshire Cat.
That's why I was jumping. I was like, I can see
I
it.
know. And they do, and some people can see it straight away, some people never see it. You know.
From here, it looks like
From
it.
this angle, you can see it perfectly. You can see
And it
like
probably
The
does
whiskers.
depend
Yeah.
where you are, but you know. Just a little bit of imagination. And there you go, I think they must have all had a lot of imagination.
Yeah.
So guys, this is the garden where Alice Little and her brothers and sisters played croquet and played with the governess over here. So this is where Alice Little played. Nice, right? So guys, it started to rain pretty bad, so we're all huddled under a tree. And we're not the only ones. And our guide is asking if we can go in a bit earlier, otherwise we have to stand out here for a while. Isn't it great? So this is Christchurch, and what you just saw was the garden where Alice played in. Also, of course, it's the gardens inside Christchurch. So that was really fun to see. You can do this.
Do you need to take the chair up with you, or can you do 10 minutes without?
I can do without it.
Okay, at the top of those stairs is our wonderful festival welcoming Harry and Hermione and Ron on their
So we're walking up the stairs that the Harry Potter students walked up to get sorted with the sorting hat.
So very unusual. So Alice walked up in this.
So this is Alice's dad.
It's a very good look.
So when Alice's her neck grew longer, that was the idea came from this thing. Because if you look at it, it's a person with a very long neck. That's just so funny. Henry VIII.
First founder of top left hand, the little round vignette in the middle, that's the real Alice. Now you think of Alice as having long blonde hair and an Alice hairband. Alice in real life had short dark hair in a bob. On the right hand side is Charles Dodgson, who you know as Lewis Carroll. And underneath his picture, and the right hand corner is the dodo we saw earlier, that grotesque outside the Bodleian Library. In the bottom windows, all along the bottom of the bottom windows, you can see those characters from Alice in Wonderland that you know very well. And they have to fly here in their foreland here, right? And they've had a rather nasty landing, to say the least, and they're a bit worried about this. Flying up those steps there, and they arrive here, and who is standing up there? Slate. Phil. With his cat. Okay, and Phil stands there, and he tells the boys that this is going to be the last night that they are going to spend in this castle. And what we don't know, and the boys don't know, is that because they're going to be expelled, sent home because they've been bad and naughty, or is something worse going to happen to them in the night? And we really don't don't know at this point what, you know, we've filmed a good guy or a bad guy or what. So we, you know, we really don't know. The other scene that, anybody remember the other scene that happens here? Harry just got hold of the diary and he's gone back in time 50 years. And he arrives a bit confused after his time travelling, and he looks up the stairs and who does he see up there? Tom Riddle. He starts to explain to him what's been going on. Down these stairs, this is where they brought the body of the moaning mermaid. But, I hate to disappoint you, that fantastic bathroom is not actually at this point. That would be amazing.
So this is the garden in Christchurch, and over there in the right hand corner, I'm gonna zoom in, that is where Charles Dodgson, I can't pronounce it, Lewis Carroll had his offices, and he even had a darkroom over there, so he could develop his pictures that he took of the little kids and other people, of course. So it's so weird to stand here and see that this is where Charles Dodgson, did I pronounce that right? I find it so hard to pronounce. Dodgson. Anyways, Lewis Carroll spent his days teaching and writing and playing with Alice and her sisters and telling them wonderful stories that end up in Alice's Adventures on the Ground, better known as Alice in Wonderland. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So we're back in the hall again, and now it's a bit more quiet, so I hope I can film the Alice window. But guys, this is where Harry Potter was filmed, although there are no floating candles. Awesome, right? So this is the great dining hall. It's just so amazing. We were in a great dining hall, but that was in the Harry Potter studios. This is the real deal. Well, although the pictures aren't moving, that's a bit disappointing. I think they took these down. So where is that Alice window? Okay, so this is the Alice window. I'm not sure if you can see this on camera. But to the left, you can see a portrait of Alice Liddell. It's not the Alice you know from the books, from the drawings, but the real Alice. And over here you have Charles Dodgson. And, well, actually, if you look closely, this is Alice the way John Tenniel drew her on the left corner, bottom corner, and this is what she really looked like. So that is Charles Dodgson, and because he has a stammer, he introduced himself as Charles Dodgson, so that's why they called him the Dodo. And that's why he's the Dodo in the story. And then when you go down, you see all kinds of Alice characters. Look at this, so the Mock Turtle, and you've got the rabbit, which was Alice's father, I think. The Dean. Oh, here's the White Rabbit. It's this then. Oh, it's the March Hare, sorry. And the Mad Hatter, and this is the White Rabbit, of course. And it was Alice's dad, he was always late. Really, this is amazing. Can you just imagine Dumbledore sitting there and all the kids sitting over here? So at this table are the headmasters. Awesome. And guys, as you can see, this is still being used because you've got plates over here, and there's probably food normally over there, and soup and stuff. So this is still being used. That's insane, right? And this is a painting of Charles Ludwig Dodgson, and it's really hard to film. Oh, maybe like this, because you can see the lights of the, you can see a window or lights of whatever. Ah, now they have floating candles. It's a really nice portrait, by the way. You always see that portrait when he's very young, and he looks a bit happier here, I think. Nice portraits. Ooh, so we're now going somewhere where you're not allowed to go. No visitors allowed. So this is what I showed you earlier. Then it was raining. Now it's nice. So in that corner Lewis Carroll lived, and Alice must have played over here also again. What a place to grow up. I mean, on one hand it must be nice, but it's so big and so, I don't know, for a little girl. Well, of course she had her brothers and sisters with her, but still. Oh well, or just brother and sisters, I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna see if the Alice shop is still open, and then we're gonna go home again. Rest these 2 feet. Of course, guys, we have to visit the Alice shop. So this is the shop where Alice used to buy her candy. And it's very small, so let's see if my wheelchair will fit in there. Haha.